this tree.
Welcome back, folks, to another episode of Friday 5-Minute Facts, where we bring you trivia that you didn't even know you needed. Today we're sinking our teeth into Dead Rising 4, a 2016 classic where zombies are just as annoying as your internet provider's customer service.
Dead Rising, eh? Oh gosh, sounds like what my knees do every morning when I get out of bed. Oh. Hello. I was expecting Pat, but you're not him or indeed the chap from last week either.
You and Frank would get along great, Keith. Speaking of which, Dead Rising 4 had a bit of a change in the voice department. The longtime voice actor for Frank, Terence was, well, let's just say replaced for this one. Capcom decided they wanted a more grizzled Frank, which I suppose means Frank went from I covered wars, you know, to I've seen too many reruns of Antiques Roadshow?
Yeah, fans even started a petition, to bring Roletto back, but it went as well as about trying to reason with a zombie horde. No luck.
Mikey, why do you keep saying that?
Dead Rising 4 is an action-adventure survival horror game developed by Capcom Vancouver and released in December 2016 for Xbox One and PC. It is the fourth main entry in the Dead Rising series and sees the return of series protagonist Frank West, a photojournalist known for battling hordes of zombies in creative and over-the-top ways. Set in the town of Willamette, Colorado, the game takes place during a Christmas outbreak combining holiday cheer with zombie chaos. Unlike earlier titles, Dead Rising 4 emphasises accessibility by removing the series' time-limited missions and introducing new mechanics like the exosuit, which gives Frank superhuman strength and abilities. Players can use an array of improvised weapons and vehicles to defeat zombies in creative ways, with a large open-world environment filled with various items for customization. In 2018, a special version of the game titled Dead Rising 4 Frank's Big Package was released for the PlayStation 4, including all previous downloadable content, DLC, and exclusive bonus features. Although the game maintained the series' signature blend of humour and violence, it garnered mixed reviews from fans and critics due to changes in mechanics and character design, particularly with Frank West's reimagining. Dead Rising 4 revisits the town of Willamette, Colorado, where the series originally began. The story takes place 16 years after the events of the first game, with Frank West once again stepping into the spotlight. Frank, now older and more cynical, has left his career in journalism behind. He is reluctantly drawn back into the chaos after his former student Vic Chu uncovers evidence of a new zombie outbreak in Willamette. The outbreak occurs during the Christmas season, adding a festive yet sinister atmosphere to the game's narrative. Frank returns to the Willamette Memorial Megaplex Mall, the same location from the first Dead Rising, and must navigate through swarms of the undead, uncovering the truth behind the outbreak, which involves corrupt government conspiracies, military experiments and rogue operations. As Frank digs deeper into the mystery, he encounters new and returning enemies, as well as various survivors who need his help. The holiday setting contrasts the horror of the zombie apocalypse with Christmas decorations and festive music, creating a darkly humorous backdrop. While the story isn't groundbreaking, it balances absurdity and action, with Frank West's sarcastic personality serving as a comedic counterpoint to the gruesome events unfolding around him.
Come on! Frank, see what you can do.
Did you know that Dead Rising 4 features arcade cabinets in the game that reference classic Capcom titles? You've got nods to Street Fighter, Final Fight, Ghosts and Goblins, all games that liked had players throwing controllers at their screens back in the day.
Arcade cabinet, there was one of those back in the village in the 70s. It was for a game called Spot the Badger. Not quite as exciting, but stakes were high. A pint of best was on the line.
I like the enthusiasm, Keith. Now here's an odd fact. On the Xbox One, the game has 104 achievements to hunt down. But if you're playing the PlayStation 4 version, you've only got 58 achievements. I guess PlayStation players got the grizzled version of the list.
Well, that's like the time I got half a Christmas cracker. Pulled it with the grandkids, but only got a paper hat. Real letdown.
And speaking of the PS4 version, they gave it a rather cheeky title. Dead Rising 4, Frank's Big Package. Now I don't know who was in charge of naming it, but they were clearly having some fun with that one.
You ever stop clowning? I should take a good look around. Fine, just meet me at the hotel.
Dead Rising 4 focuses on action-packed open-world gameplay, offering players freedom to explore Willamette while battling hordes of zombies with a variety of weapons and vehicles. The game retains the series' hallmark ability to craft outlandish weapons, such as electrified sledgehammers or candy cane crossbows, using everyday items found throughout the environment. One of the biggest changes in Dead Rising 4 is the removal of the series' iconic time limit for missions, allowing players to approach objectives at their own pace. This decision sparked controversy amongst fans, as it reduced the urgency and tension present in previous games. Another major addition is the exosuit, a powered armour that temporarily gives Frank superhuman abilities, such as increased strength and access to powerful weapons. The suit allows players to tear through zombies in spectacular fashion, adding a new layer to the combat. Frank's photography returns as a central gameplay mechanic, with players able to take pictures and selfies with the undead for bonus points. The game also features a variety of vehicles, from traditional cars to makeshift death machines, allowing players to mow down zombies en masse. Additionally, multiplayer modes such as co-op and competitive challenges add replayability. Overall, Dead Rising 4 offers more freedom, customization and combat options, though some fans miss the tension of time-constrained gameplay. Visually, Dead Rising 4 presents a vibrant and colourful world despite its zombie apocalypse setting. The game's graphics, while not groundbreaking for its time, are solid with detailed character models, environmental textures and fluid animations. The town of Willamette, especially the Willamette Memorial Megaplex Mall, is brimming with festive holiday decorations, which creates a unique contrast with the gruesome nature of the zombie outbreak. Christmas trees, lights and ornaments adorn the mall's hallway, while Christmas music plays in the background, adding a layer of dark humour to the gameplay as players battle zombies amidst the holiday cheer. The zombie models are varied, and the game features hundreds of them on screen at once, giving players the satisfaction of ploughing through large groups with ridiculous weapons. The exosuit power-up adds an extra level of visual spectacle, with Frank ripping through enemies and environmental objects in dramatic fashion. Cutscenes are well directed, with Frank's sarcastic humour and over-the-top personality shining through in the dialogue. While not a visual revolution, Dead Rising 4's presentation succeeds in blending horror and comedy, creating a visually appealing and memorable experience, especially during the holiday-themed zombie carnage.
West, I'm at the hotel entrance. You coming?
I guess.
Moving on, despite the big package, Dead Rising 4 sold about 1 million copies worldwide by 2018. Not bad for a game full of undead mall shoppers, but it didn't quite hit the big numbers like its predecessors.
1 million zombies, you say? Oh my god, that reminds me of Black Friday down the Dog and Duck. You know, millions of people pushing their way to the front of the bar, pints of best on the line. Yeah. Did I miss the bit where we talk about Frank's big package?
Oh, it came up. Don't worry.
Oh, well, let's not forget the nostalgia-packed intro to Dead Rising 4. Frank's back in Willamette, the same mole from first game, although this time he's older, meaner, and apparently less voiced by Terence J. Rollato. But hey, he's still cracking jokes and taking out zombies with everything from a Christmas tree to a selfie stick. Oh, talk about throwback.
That's Frank for you. Always resourceful. And of course, the holiday theme adds to that nice touch of festive chaos. Dead Rising 4 received mixed to positive reviews from critics, but the fan reception was more divided, particularly among long-time followers of the series. Many praised the game's fast-paced combat, creative weapon customization, and the chaotic fun of fighting through hordes of zombies. The game's humour, especially Frank West's sarcastic one-liners and the holiday-themed setting, added a unique charm. However, the game was criticised for its departure from certain core elements of the series, most notably the removal of the time limit mechanic, which had been a hallmark of the earlier games. For some, this change made the game feel less tense and more casual, losing the urgency and pressure that defined the original experience. Another point of contention was the recasting of Frank West, as fans were disappointed with the absence of Terence J. Rotolo, the original voice actor, which altered the character's tone. Despite these issues, the game's re-release as Dead Rising 4 Frank's Big Package on PlayStation 4 in 2018 was better received, partly due to the inclusion of all downloadable content and new features. Overall, while Dead Rising 4 didn't live up to the expectations of all its fans, it remained a fun, albeit flawed, entry in the series.
Christmas trees and zombies, you say? Now that's my kind of holiday. Bit of tinsel, few undead. Sounds like a lovely family gathering.
I think we'll leave the holiday decorating to Frank, Keith. Alright? Folks, that's all about the time we've got for today's Friday 5-minute facts. If you've enjoyed these weird and wonderful tidbits about Dead Rising 4, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Keeps us on the air, and hey, maybe Keith will share some more tea stories.
And remember to hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on more retro goodness next week. Who knows, maybe we'll finally talk about a game where Keith can use a laser bird again.
Oh, yes, I do love those laser birds. Benji wasn't too keen though.